Hello there, my lovelies. Welcome to the season 2 finale of Listening to the Voices in Our Heads with me, Jenna O'Malley, your soul writer. We are absolutely ecstatic to have here with us today the head of Best Book Editors, Saint Editor herself, Sooz Simpson, aka Catherine Black. She has had quite the massive growth since we spoke with her, oh goodness, 6 months or more ago at this point. So let's go ahead and sit down and enjoy the season 2 finale. I can't believe we're here again. Let's go ahead and take care of ourselves and rock it. Hello there, my lovelies. Welcome back to the season 2 finale episode of Listening to the Voices in Our Heads with me, Jenna O'Malley, your now award-winning indie author resident and a familiar face. Oh my goodness. It's been a hot minute since you visited us in season 1. You were episode 2 way back this summer?
Something like that, yeah.
I think so. Well, Sooz, my dear, I've talked about you a great deal around here as Saint Editor. Why don't you give us a recap of who you are and what you do?
Right, so I'm Sooz Simpson, aka Catherine Black. I run my business under Catherine Black. I don't know why, it just sort of happened because I run my books under Catherine Black, and it causes all kinds of problems because nobody ever has a clue who I am. So I was author first and have been an editor for many years, and opened Best Book Editors in November 2020. So yeah, it's going okay. It could be better, it could be worse, and we keep plodding on as we do.
So you also had more than just the business kickoff this year, right? You had a new book series come out this year again. What has the author journey been like since Lizard's Leap, I guess, relaunched?
Right, well, I've got a new 5-book series that should have been out. The first book should have been out beginning of last year. The second book should have been out end of last year. Haven't even looked at them for months. They are on the spike. They're done. All 5 books are written. They're edited, and we are on the final read-through out loud edit, and the first book has about 10 hours in it, max 5 hours, 10 hours, and I just haven't had the time to do anything with it, so they just sit there. This year, I mean, I've already got the artwork. The artwork has gone out to the world, and people have seen it, and people keep saying, where can I buy this book? Nah, the cover's there. I can let you have the cover if you want. The book itself, one day, maybe, when we get round to it.
You are so busy editing and getting the rest of us out there in the world that you've put yourself on a back burner. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. I have had a chance to kind of look over things for those books as far as, you've shown the cover and whatnot, and you've told us the story behind it in the past. I can't wait to, get a hold of more and see more. So I hope this year sees you publishing more, my friend. Your books are absolutely amazing.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
Busy.
I think a couple of us need to make you take time off for you. I really do. So, speaking of which of your novels has done the best since we last spoke to you in 2021?
Probably Leverage. That seems either Leverage or Sanity, I would say. And they always seem to do better. Oh, possibly Boulevard. Boulevard had a bit of a splurge earlier in the year.
Yeah.
So the top three runners, and I probably can't really call it between them, is Leverage and Nowhere Boulevard, I'd say. Sanity, possibly just a little bit behind, but Sanity's got a spiffing new cover. Spiffing, what kind of word's that?
Oh, I love it.
That stopped me swearing, Jenna. I was going to say that's got a bollocks of a cover, and I changed it to spiffing. I've never used that word in my life. So yeah, Sanity and Leverage have both got new covers, which has actually helped, even though I loved the old Sanity cover. The new one, my designer and I, we talked long and hard. Do we change this cover when the book's doing quite well? And I loved the old cover. And I can't even remember why we changed it now. There was a reason. And I haven't a clue. So we decided to change the covers on Leverage, Sanity, and Pedigree Crush.
Yeah, Pedigree Crush. The next one I'm doing for Fiction Empire.
We're also changing the name of Pedigree Crush.
I saw that.
It started off. It was a bit of a joke title while I was writing it many, many, many years ago. And it was Pedigree Crush with a Twist of Passion. And people thought it was a love story, which it very much isn't. So we changed it to Pedigree Crush with a Twisted Gene, which kind of lost the cocktail connotation. And it was only ever meant to be a joke title, but then I kind of liked it, so I kind of kept it. And
didn't fit the book?
Not really. Pedigree Crush, it's always lagged. It's never done as well as Sanity and Leverage. I mean, Leap I wasn't marketing until this year, and I don't have time to market them anyway, but Leap's a completely different genre. But of the three, Sanity, Leverage did okay, and Pedigree Crush always lagged behind. So we changed the cover. We did a cover change 18 months ago, maybe, and it didn't really affect things. It didn't make a difference.
That was right around when we first met. I think I recall seeing that in old group posts.
Yeah, I quite liked the old cover. We changed it for a new one that was more in keeping with the genre, and it hasn't made a difference. So we've decided the name is putting people off, so we're going to change that. We're going to change the cover again, and of course we're going to give it another edit.
Might as well.
Hopefully that'll increase sales. But I've always thought Crush is perhaps the most intelligent of the books.
Agreed.
Leverage and Sanity are pretty much just brain chewing gum, really. Of the three of them, I think Pedigree Crush has a bit more going for it. It's got more of a cohesive story, perhaps. I don't know. Anyway, it lags. Boulevard came out when? Don't know. Year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
I think so.
Something like that.
It had been out for a couple of months when you and I first met. I'll put it that way.
And that does okay. People seem to like it. So yeah, that's where I am with my books.
I enjoy reading your books quite a bit, and for those of you, those around here who don't know, I've actually done one on Sanity and Leverage for Fiction and Five.
Yes.
Oh my God, they blew my mind apart. They are not books I would normally read, and I'm like, okay, this is really good. I'm missing out. So you did some cover updates in the last year you said for some of the books it seemed to help or was well received, and some of it did or did not impact sales. Did you dislike any of the new ones? I guess I could go there with this question.
No, because I work on them with the designer. I mean, I'm so privileged. I am ridiculously privileged because I own the company. and I've had the same designer for the last 30 years. I actually sit in live with him, and we'll work on the design together. And nope, don't like that, so we'll throw that out, and he'll say, what about this? That's good, but add this to it. And we tend to sit in and work them together. And most authors, they don't have that luxury.
Don't give me ideas, because Sun Trella might sit down and do that for me as a recorded episode.
It's fantastic. I mean, we did a new cover for Mr. Stephen Lee Glick, S. Lee Glick, this week.
Oh, it's amazing.
And, I love it. I like it. He gave me the brief, and I actually went back to him and said, not happening, mate. That's far too specific. We need a more generic brief. And the brief was, I want an altar boy with a cat sitting on his shoulder, pirate style, and bat wings sprouting out of the cat. So I said, yeah.
It looks specific. Good.
Let's go for a more generic, something we can, work with. And we sat down and we started doing it. And we found a cat that worked well. We found a boy who isn't an altar boy, but he's in silhouette. He works well. We've got the beautiful church. We managed to sit this cat on this boy's shoulder, and then my designer hand drew him a pair of wings. Fabulous. I love it.
I'm going to link that. I'm going to link that down in the description box. Oh my goodness.
I was so impressed. And then we played with fonts and sizes and messing about. And originally we had the full stained glass in colour. And Stephen had said in his brief that he liked the sanity cover, so he wanted the same red and black.
Ooh.
So we messed with the, whatever the word is.
The alphanumeric to get it to match for the color, you mean?
No, the colour, it's gone. Whatever the word is, we took we filtered the colour out of it so that the red enhanced the red to get that red effect. And I'm just so pleased with it. I think it's lovely.
The day it came out, it was the first thing I saw when I got into the Facebook group for Best Book Editors, and I was just like, this is really like shocking, in your face, and well done.
Oh, it's really in your face. There is nothing subtle about that cover. So we've got our first one for the BBE Awards this year. Whether it will be shortlisted or not, I don't know, because of course there may be better ones coming up. And I don't have any input in the judging. The only one I judge is the editor's choice.
Introduction to Best Book Editors. So you kind of alluded to the company several times over. What is it? What made you want to start it? And give us some solid, if you have like dates, time frames of how it grew over the last year. Hold off on those awards. We'll talk about them a little bit more here in a minute.
In the last year, so we opened in 2020, November 2020. So we've had our first full year of trading. And we've hired 18 staff in all.
18 now?
18 artists, illustrators that do different things, video editors.
But you're working on one for me right now. Yay!
Typesetters, my fabulous girls, my sub-editors, and myself. And my right-hand man, of course. So it's tough because it is a new business. And I'm dealing with indie authors that haven't got a lot of money. And my staff want paying. They want work. They want constant work, which, I keep saying to them, bear with me. I'll give you what I've got.
Supply and demand, so on and so forth.
And it has continually built. And we're doing better every month. But I have this situation. I can't hand over to my subs yet. They're still in training, and we have the BBE Bible.
Mm-hmm.
My sub-editors work from the Bible, which is a list of rules that I've written. Always check for this, always do that, don't do this, don't do that.
Right.
So they work from the Bible, so that we're all singing off the same hymn sheet. And the girls are fabulous. I've got 3 of them and a 4th, but he doesn't want to do editing. He would step in if I absolutely needed him to. If ever I was so pushed that, that we couldn't manage. Happy days. Let's hope that day comes. So I've got my Rebecca, who is lead sub, and then I've got my Jo, and I've got my Laura. And they do the first edit. Every book that comes through gets 3 edits or proofreads. So first instance, and this is as standard as part of the commission package.
Right.
So first of all, it goes out to a sub, and they do first edit on it. The client gets first edit, and then it comes back to me for second and third edit. So second edit is silent, read through, keystroke edit, developmental edit, if that's what they've asked for. And we go through every single keystroke and do our thing. I do my thing. And then third edit is the out loud read through.
Mm-hmm.
Where I have the machine playing the book to me, and any errors or any homophones particularly will jump out. Miss O'Malley's book today.
Oh, goodness.
We had Frey cured out loud, and it should have been cursed out loud.
Cursed.
And I've got to say, that is one of about half a dozen little errors we've found. The book is so bound by oath and heart. It is excellent. It's so well written. So we're not finding a lot to change for you, which is a good thing.
Good.
Just a little tweak here and there and a little tighten. So yeah, and getting back to the point, I'm not at the point where I can let my OCD take a back seat and go and sit on the sofa and just hand a package to my girls.
The machine's not quite well oiled enough yet.
They're doing great. They're doing absolutely great. They're both, not so much Rebecca, but Jo and Laura are both in training. We have regular live training sessions where we edit together, and you kind
of calibrate with one another what you're doing.
But I'm not quite at the point where I can just hand over a package and say, there you are, it's yours. Pass it.
Last read comes to you.
Back to the. Well, I'm hoping to get to the point where I don't even have last read.
Ooh.
Because the business has taken off to such a degree that I'm looking at a huge string of emails every day that take a couple of hours to troll through, messengers, people even contact me on the Facebook group. So I've got to clear that every day, and then there's invoicing and quoting and marketing and marketing and marketing and marketing and marketing. And when I'm editing, which I find I've been doing a lot of lately because we've been doing pretty well, I don't have time for marketing or anything else.
You need someone to
balance.
Yeah, you need to. The administrative tasks need your attention more at this point in the game. Understood wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I need to hire somebody who will take over emails. I mean, ideally, I could do with 2 more members of staff. Somebody to do admin, all the quoting, take care of the finances, and deal with clients basically, and all the emails and everything that come through. And I could also do with a full-time marketer for sales, and I can't afford either of them at the moment. So it's just that build. And I mean, this time just over a year ago, it was me.
Right. Exactly.
Me, my own. And now there's 18 of us. So we're getting there.
Who knows what could happen by the end of the year, my dear? Seriously, so.
It's all good.
And when you said you added on 18 staff members, when did you start picking them up? Because I
Very
recall,
early.
yeah, it was right around the time we did your last interview. You were interviewing people, I thought.
Very early. What happened was we were an editing service, pure and simple. All I know is editing, and we were an editing service. And I built a nice little clientele quite quickly. And people kept asking me, well, where do I get this done? And where do I get that done? And how do I publish? So the same question kept coming up. Where do I get a book cover from? And how do I publish it? So obviously we can't do the actual publishing, though we can
Right.
talk people through it because they have to have their own account. But we can do everything up to publishing, up to clicking the button and going into their KDP account or whichever medium they're using. There are others apparently.
Several. A lot. Wow.
So I kept getting this question, where do I get a book cover from? So I thought, right, let's do book covers. So I spoke to my right hand and he does most of them. For any that he can't cope with, I hired a book cover designer. And then I hired a typesetter. And then we got the illustrator, and then we got 3 more illustrators, and
Wow.
we've got 4 artists and three and a bit sub-editors. And it just grew as I increased my people to meet the needs. I've got a video designer now.
Love your video designer so much.
So yeah, we do what we do. And now when somebody comes and says to me, how do I do such and such a thing? I say, give me 10 minutes, I'll find out for you. I bung an advert out. Can anybody do such and such? Would you like to come and work for us? And we roll out the service.
Wow. And you don't just do, like, as part of your services, you don't just do the illustrating, typesetting. You, as part of your marketing, there's a lot more involved, even because on your website you do blogging and things as part of that. How does that feed into your services then?
So a brief rundown of services. We do editing, we do proofreading. We've got a new Nip and Tuck service, which we've given it the name Nip and Tuck because it's predominantly for people that are already published. So if they want to, if they get a lot of negative reviews saying this needs an edit, they can pull their book, we'll edit it for them for half price, half the normal editing price, and they can put it back out there. So we do a full range of editing services. Then we have our illustrator who can obviously illustrate books, do character illustrations, maps, if anybody needs maps for their books.
Really?
Yeah, anything like that. And then we have typesetting, we have book cover design. My book cover designer is top notch, absolutely excellent. We hired, we didn't. We interviewed quite a lot of designers, and again and again and again, they failed pre-flight tests. The books just weren't up to scratch. Their work wasn't up to scratch at all. My designer, he's done however many years at university, and he's top of the tree. And then I have a print and digital company who are also on board, who can do cover designing as well, and anything that needs printing. So ideally you could have one of your character illustrations turned into a life-sized cardboard cutout for events and things. We can do all that. And we have author interviews. We have? What else do we have apart from marketing? I
Oh,
can't.
wow. It
We
seems
have,
like you do a little bit of everything, even just with the marketing package you offer.
well, the marketing is another thing. Let me just get my website up and I'll
This
tell you
package.
exactly.
Oh.
It's proved very popular, actually. So
It's worth it.
we do editing services, we do for book formatting and typeset, do book cover design for both paperback and ebook, we do illustrations, we do marketing and promotion, we do author publisher logo design. So you can get your author logo done with us. We do book trailers, promo videos, and we do author interviews. And then we have our marketing packages, and we have several. We'll tailor them to fit anybody's needs. But the most popular one is what we call the Marketing for Life package. And I had this idea that a client would come to us and we wouldn't see them again until next time they had a book to do.
Right.
So I came up with this idea that a book isn't just for Christmas. So we started the Marketing for Life package. So for £100, they get reviews. It comes in 3 phases, and we do a lot for the 3 phases. And it's an initial marketing launch. We don't guarantee any book sales. I had somebody recently who complained that their book sales had gone up, but not enough. And my answer to that was, well, we can put the book out there. We can't make people buy it, you know?
Correct. And I think I'm calling out a fellow author tuber here to back me up. Go check SD Houston's channel if you're curious, lovelies. I think she's the one who did something on conversion rates being only like 1 point something percent to 3 point something percent.
Yeah, absolutely. So our marketing package is about brand awareness. Hopefully, it will get you plenty of book sales, but you know, that's up to you. It depends on how good your book is.
Right.
We put it in front of a lot of people. We never claim numbers. We don't make any wild claims. And we do the 3 stages so that the author gets a 3-stage hit of marketing. We separate them so that the reading public don't get blind to the advertising. And we give 3 distinct phases, and then as an ongoing thing, we give marketing for life. So whenever an author has anything they want to plug, a new poster, an event, a book signing, a new book out, a new cover, anything at all, they've had a baby, they're getting married, they've moved house, they've bought a new kitten, anything at all for brand awareness, they email it into us and we'll market it for them ongoing.
Ends up in the Facebook group that you run. Other Facebook groups also see the blog posts they'll end up in, and you guys just try to do so much. And
give you a rundown of what we do. This is some of the marketing packaging. For legal reasons, I'm not going to mention everything.
Fair enough.
So phase 1, we would review it. We would showcase it on the BBE website. We'd showcase it on the BBE Facebook page. We'd showcase it in the BBE Facebook group. And we'd post it on Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and all over social media. The second phase, we would put out another review on Facebook page, Facebook group, Twitter, all the others. And then the third phase, we would showcase that author. They get quite a large showcase in the BBE blog for that week. It's posted on at least 300 reading and writing groups.
Wow.
And then again, it's posted in all the usual places. The BBE Facebook page, the BBE group, the Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, all the rest of them. And then ongoing, as I've said, we give the marketing for life when anybody has something to offer. And that's just a short rundown of what we offer in the package. It's more extensive than that. And if people wanted to message, and we're happy to tell them what we do.
And if clients go beyond just the marketing package and pick you up for editing, for a book trailer, for a book cover, what happens at the end of every year now, Sooz? You have an award system you started last year, right?
This was one of my crazy 4 in the morning ideas.
You and your 4 a.m. breakfast ideas.
I need locking up. I need locking in a cellar at 4 o'clock in the morning.
You are Katherine Black. You go blacker than black.
This is true. So I'm sitting there and I thought, let's have some awards. So this year we rolled it out for the first time. And the categories were Best Book of the Year. And this sounds very nepotistic, but I am actually talking to the BBE 2021 Book of the Year winner.
Sorry.
Yeah, it sounds awfully incestuous and keep it in the family. It wasn't that a case of that at all.
No, we had this planned before the announcements were made. Lovelies, let me put this out there. This recording was planned like back in November, December. So
yeah, this recording was planned, not Jenna winning the book.
Yes. You didn't even have a say in the book awards. You said the only one you only had the editor's choice say.
Yeah, I choose the editor's choice. And the rest of the staff choose the book of the year based on the editing they've done through that year. If ever we have a tie and the editors can't agree on a particular winner, then we would bring in a guest judge. This year it's going to be very much more organised. Last year I came up with the idea sometime in December, I think. Possibly late November. I've got a horrible feeling it was in December. Let's have an awards ceremony. So we did. The categories were Best Book of the Year, Best Book Cover of the Year, Best Book Video Book Trailer of the Year, and Editor's Choice.
And for the other categories, first of all, for my category, thank you all for picking me. For the staff, I was extremely flattered. I think you tried to tell me, like, between Christmas and New Year's in an email, by the way, the pick was made, it was you. That totally flew over my head. And I think I missed that memo of heads up, this is coming your way. New Year's Day hits, and I'm like, Cody! Freaking out.
I love that you've put your award shield in the book. I'm
leaving it there. I am very flattered. Thank you all for thinking of me and picking me. And all the other books I was up against, I'm like, competition is real. Because even for the other categories, who did win those other categories, Sooz?
Fabulous. So, Amanda Sheridan won Book Cover of the Year for The Dreaming. And Anya Fox won Best Video of the Year. And Peter J. Merrigan won Editor's Choice of the Year. And the reason for that is Peter is... I've got a couple of authors who are very, very good. And Peter is one of those authors. His books are beautifully written. Jenna's are up there with his.
Stop it. No, they're not. I have so much to learn. I've read his Eilish words. I'm probably saying that wrong.
Eilish, yeah.
Eilish. I was close. I Americanized it, but I was close.
I only know that because I talk to him on a daily basis.
And he lives in Ireland, so...
We do live editing, so I only know the pronunciation because we do live editing.
Love his books. You need to check out his books. You need to check out all those books, and I'll link them below in the description box for everybody.
Fantastic. I mean, everybody, all the clients worked extremely hard. And, you know, we look at things throughout the year. It was all very rush this year, last year. This year, it's going to be far better organised. We're starting on all the categories now. We're adding, this year, we are adding best illustration to the categories. So that's a new category for this year. And I think there was another category as well, but I can't remember what it was.
So, how is that Facebook group going? Because you have a lot, over 100, 200 members, pushing 500?
Jenna, you are so behind the times, girl. I think we are about to hit 600 today.
What?
200. In fact, let me.
Okay, the last time I looked was about 3 weeks ago, and it wasn't much higher than 300. Wow.
We are about to hit 600.
I'm sure I see that number every time I look at the group, and I just don't pay attention to it because, well,
yeah, I don't see it unless I actually look for it either. Let us have a look. Best book editors, authors, readers, others welcome. People.
And I assume you're okay with me putting the link in the description box to invite people?
Absolutely, yes, please.
Hey, go look for it, lovelies.
We have 595 members as of this moment. So by the end of today, we could have hit the magic 600 mark.
Well, no matter where we are when the lovelies get this video, if you want to join, get into the link in the description box. Let's get you to 1,000 if we can by the end of the year, honey. Let's get you to 1,000.
I think that could be doable. I don't see why that isn't doable. And it's because it's a great group.
Oh, yes.
Again, my vision was, when I opened the group, I mean, let's not split any hairs here. It's a marketing group for best book editors. I'm not going to paint it as something it isn't. I needed more work coming in, so I opened the group to try and bring more work in. I also wanted to give the authors a chance to highlight and showcase their books. And then I wanted every other author to be able to highlight and showcase their books, because while I am selfish and I do want work coming in, I also have this ethos of what I call the hive mind.
Yes.
Where when authors get together and help each other, rather than just saying, buy my book, here's my book, buy my book. If you buy somebody else's book and put something in, you're far more likely to get something out.
Yes.
And we started with a few little members who were all clients and family and friends, and they invited their friends. And the non-author readers have been a bit neglected lately. It has become very, very author. And I like the idea of having the non-author readers, because, you know, the more people we have, the more people are likely to see people's books, the more people are likely to buy them for Christmas presents, birthday presents. And I want it to be a totally interactive group where everybody's welcome.
In reflection, would there be anything you'd like to change about the last year? Because it's been a year of progress, even though it had hiccups, correct?
Yeah. Okay, this one can go on record. Up until 6 months ago, we had never had a complaint. We never had an unhappy client. We still, actually on paper, we still have 100% rating. I've never had a bad review. However, we've had 4 unhappy customers, unhappy clients. One was artistic differences. Another one didn't read the contract. Another one set up in competition against us and advertised on our site, our group. And another one wasn't happy with her book sales. So we've had 4 people unhappy with the service that we offer, which we've never ever had before. And my right hand man said to me, "You've been going more than 12 months now, Sooz. I got the first one about 6 months ago, 5 months ago. Well, it was ongoing.
Mm-hmm.
It still is ongoing. But we sort of cut ties maybe 3 months ago. So we'd been operating well over 12 months before we ever had a single negative word, not
That's
one.
amazing.
And now I've got 4 people who are unhappy with the company.
But
Out of 100 and let me see how many clients I have now. I've got 147 clients.
so really 4 out of almost 150 is not bad. And
Yeah.
also a lot of the issues, hiccups, I guess we could really call them, because they're not, I don't want to say they're end all be all issues. They're common issues to the industry, I guess you would align them more like.
Yeah. I mean, I work on the assumption that I take everything personally because I work very, very hard to
do.
make my customers happy. And I do work very hard for that, as do my staff. And when somebody is unhappy, I take it personally. I think, well, what can I do better? What can I do to please them? What can I do to make the service better? What can I do to stop this happening again? And just having 4 clients, 4 ex-clients that are probably never going to use us again, it sticks in the craw. It
Yeah.
hurts. I want everybody to think we're wonderful. And of course, that in a realistic world, that's not going to happen.
You're going to have the
Um,
growing pains.
yeah. You can't please all of the people all of the time, no matter how hard you try. And that's something as a business that I've got to learn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, okay, so you're not happy. I'm very, very sorry. Let's see what we can do to solve it. If it can't be solved, well, I'm very sorry. Artistic differences,
That's
nothing
business.
more we can do. But it's a place to come to. I'm not there yet.
I
Yeah,
think you're doing quite well, though, my dear. Like I said, what you're facing, it's not abnormal to people in similar positions. They've probably been like, yeah, I have a customer in mind that fits that bill. They will not say a name, but they have a face in their head.
yes.
Just like how when other teachers meet in the teacher's lounge, so and so did X thing.
Yeah.
Yep, I know someone who's just like that kid.
Yeah.
It's not really, it's just a part of the industry and a part of the business.
It is. It doesn't matter how hard you try. You're not going to please some people.
True.
And that's a shame for us. It's a real shame. But we've got to learn from it. Do what
And
we
you've
can.
pivoted too, because you've reflected in you've changed your marketing operations to match each one for future fixes each time, it seems.
Yeah, we do what we can. We're constantly looking at things. If something in the business goes wrong, then we'll have a team meeting and what can we do to put this right? What can we do going
Go
forward?
to the war room, figure it out.
Yeah. It's back to the drawing board. Let's see what we can do differently. Let's see what we can do better. But we're getting testimonials 3, 4, 5 times a week, and
amazing.
they're all good. And I always say, as an editor, you can say 100 positive things and 1 negative thing, and they will focus on that 1 negative thing. And I'm like that as well. I can have 100 positive testimonials and I'm still battering my head against the wall about that 1 negative one. What can I do to make that person happy? What can I do to make it better?
Why do you think you're going through book 2 a third time? Same thing. Understood. So where is BBE headed in 22? There's some big things going on for you, I hear.
Well, we need more work. That's always good.
So if you're an indie author, You do stuff for traditionally published authors too, like
Yes.
edit their query letters, because
Oh yes, yeah, we do agent letters, we do query letters, we do.
somebody here used to be trad published long ago, right?
That's right. Yeah, and we, we'll do anything we can to help anybody, but we don't make a distinction. A client is a client, whether they're trad or indie. They get the same service. They get,
The
it's
same offerings, and what they
same
want to
thing.
take is their choice.
Yeah. Mr. Glick at the moment has a publisher. I believe it's a hybrid publisher, not trad. And we are waiting for his ISBN number. He seems to be struggling to get one, so I've said that we will talk him through getting one from Amazon free if that's the way he needs to go. So yeah, we'll do anything we can to help.
Is he out of the US?
Yes.
I heard Bokers is behind on issuing those, like 2 to 3 months behind for some authors.
Really.
Yes. That's why I haven't gone wide yet.
That's possibly why we have the hold up then.
Yep. I don't know if this is true or not, but I hear they're 2 to 3 months behind.
That probably explains it then. Bless him, because I know he's keen to get it out and get it sorted and what have you.
So, shout outs. You gave one to Stephen. Shout outs to other team members or any sales you have going on as part of your marketing or things of that nature, my dear.
Right. Well, at the moment, what sales have we got on? Let's do that first. I've got a promotion on at the moment that we are doing character illustrations. That's the big thing that I'm pushing at the moment.
When does that end?
Open-ended.
Okay.
When I decide to end it, pretty much. So we will design your character for you, bring it to life. We're running a competition at the moment for a free one. Just for one winner.
Get to the Facebook group to enter.
Yeah, so they are £50, and for £130 we will give you the marketing package as well, so giving you a saving of £20 if you did that. We have another similar one. If you took out an author interview, we would do the marketing package for £100 and the £30 author interview for £110.
Wow.
If you want a book trailer, we will do the book trailer price is £80. The marketing package is £100. We will do the pair for £150. So they're the three sort of promotions we've got on at the moment.
So you get more than one service, and all of them sound like they include that marketing for life.
Yes, yeah. That is possibly our most popular product at the moment. Was either that or the videos. The videos go well as well.
Yeah, they're really good.
The marketing package, it kind of sells hand over fist. I mean, I've given a lot of free ones away as part of promotions. But it got to the point where I was overrun with marketing package and couldn't manage to give any free ones away anymore because there were too many of them. So obviously the free marketing for life with any service ran out at the end of last year.
Yeah.
So this year we're giving reduced prices on things.
Kind of combo packaging a little bit.
Yeah, combo packaging, and we'll come up with other things throughout the year, no doubt, as we go along.
Well, and as someone
now, I was just going to say, Jenna, there is one big change with BBE that I might as well get out there this year. We've had our very first run of non-payers recently. And problems with payments, hold-ups with payments and what have you. So we have had to change our policy that new clients, we do ask for payment in advance now. It used to be 50% in advance, 50% in arrears. But we have had to change the policy, which is a damn shame. And it is the few who spoilt it for
the many.
But anybody that wants the service is prepared to pay for it anyway.
It's not that expensive.
If anybody had real problems, they could talk to me. I'm approachable and I'm happy to talk to people, and we'll sort something out, payment terms or something. But if somebody wants the service, they're going to pay for it anyway. As soon as the service is done, and we do have a fairly rapid turnover, so within a couple of weeks they're paying for it anyway. So anybody that's prepared to take the services, generally, I hope, prepared to pay for it. The thing is, we have built a reputation now. When I started, it was a new company. We didn't have any cred or reputation to go on. Now we've built ourselves up. People know our name. Ripping somebody off for 300 quid for an edit, it's not in our interest to do it.
It's
why
a
would we
business
do that?
hazard.
It just wouldn't be in our
It's a
interest.
liability. Yeah, no.
So now I think Best Book Editors can speak for itself. We don't need to give people credit. New clients coming on, because we have the reputation. I could go to probably 50 clients and say, could you just speak to this person and tell them that we're not going to rip them off? They get what they say they're going to get. And I believe that we have that stability now. The company is in its third partial year of trading. We've had our first full year in. So I feel that we're at a point now where people can pay in advance.
Agreed.
And it's a shame. I'm not happy about it. I don't want to do it.
It goes against your kind persona in some ways.
I don't like it. I really don't like it. And we may revert back to the other way. But unfortunately, we had a run of several people who reneged on payments. So we've had to go down that route, which is a shame.
And it's a business liability, and you can't take the loss, because if one of your editors does it, you still have to pay them.
Exactly. That is the thing. My staff get paid as soon as they've done the work, whether I get paid or not. So it's something that we've had to do. I've always been willing to go with people, and always will to a degree, but we've got to safeguard ourselves, and it is what it is. So yeah.
Hey, like you said, you got to do what you got to do to protect you from the liability, and there's no shame in it. And I'm sure a lot of businesses are the same. I know Son Troa, he's like, I really want this money up front, and he just does commission-based artwork piecemeal throughout the year as people bring it to him, kind of deal. So I don't blame you both for being that way at all. As we are winding down, though, my dear, any new updates or shout-outs before we move on?
Well, to all the staff, my staff are brilliant. I'm so grateful to them. They do a cracking job. I mean, particularly my editor girls. They're so good. And my right-hand man. I mean, my right-hand man does everything technical. I run the website single-handedly. He doesn't do anything on it until I mess it up. And then he does the coding and the backroom stuff and anything technical. And he's been telling me for 30 years, Sooz, you're not good with computers. You should hear a computer. And I can do what I can do. What I know, I'm competent in. Throw something at me that I don't know, and I haven't got a damn clue. I'm hopeless.
Takes me a while to get it. I understand. I'm starting to be that way. It's why StreamYard has been a nightmare for me to learn how to use. So I understand the pain. So any questions for me then before we wrap things up, my love?
So, where are we? What are we doing? What's coming up? What's in the pipeline?
Well, as you know, because he and Mom and his woman are visiting you and your book trailer editor right now, or book trailer maker right now. Suntroa, everyone, get to Jeremy's pages in the description below. He's my editor. He just finished Frey's character sketch, and
No, he's your
dang
illustrator.
it,
He's
illustrated.
Your illustrator.
You're my editor. He's my.
No, I'm your illustrator. He's your editor.
Oh my god.
There's
not enough coffee in here now, Sooz. Come on.
I just made the tea.
Oh my god. My character sketch and book cover artist, Suntroa, just finished Frey's character sketch as the prelude to doing book 3's cover. Because when he did book 2's cover, he sketched Rochelle first and then did the cover. And oh my god, I love that cover. He and I are going to be sitting down to talk about said cover while Frey, Lee, and Neftiri are off visiting your book trailer designer. Book 3 is at 46,000 words. The heartbreak is real. I had to add a tragedy tag and might actually be changing the series genre to dark fantasy.
Oh, interesting.
Frey's not doing really well.
No spoilers, no spoilers,
no spoilers.
La 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 la
I
la la
will
la.
say that a certain somebody with blue eyes goes dark before a certain fairy does, and it scares me.
Okay.
And of course, there's what happens to somebody that we don't find exists and even until the end of book 2, and no spoilers, because you know that spoiler, and I think you're mad at me for it.
Oh, yep. Yep.
I said, Cody, she kills people for breakfast, and yet here I am killing off a character, and she's going to be so mad at me. My hope is that that moment is the I'm going to throw the book at the wall moment for everybody with my series, and then we're done and over with it and act like it never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started writing that scene this week, and it comes from Frey's point of view as the character's sibling.
Okay.
And because of their sibling bond, he feels the pain.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Him looking at his sibling later and say, never ever let me feel that again. I love you, but I don't think I should have been able to have felt that. Other than that, book 3 is cruising to be launched in time for Pride Month, June 1st.
Very good.
I am, as soon as it is done and goes off to visit you for Pass 1 with your team, it is going to be pivot time to finishing Vitae Elangica book 1.
Very good. You're busy girl.
It comes out in August, and then as soon as Vitae Elangica is over, I need to finish writing book 4 of The Alliance, which I am 25,000 words into that book. I guess I can say this because I've slipped a couple of times and said it elsewhere. Vovery and Maria are the switch out couple for that book. I know the title. I think I've shown it off in the BBE Facebook group already. Very fitting considering they are both, as humans, Catholic, I think. They are going to be my super sweet, like, Christmas romance couple. They are actually going to be out in time for Christmas. The story is a Christmas story, and I hope to have it back out in time for Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving.
Fantastic.
So, and maybe you know about these because I post on the random. I've been off and on writing a memoir for teaching for a few years, and that may be out sometime January 2023. And Vovery and Maria would be out a little bit before that, but what everyone doesn't know is in 2023, the first saga of the Alliance ends with book 5.
And how do you feel about that?
I'm gonna cry.
Oh!
I'm gonna cry.
No, you're not, because there's other books out there. And
I'm going to cry because of the content of the book. You think I'm messing with your heart in book 3? The roller coaster is going to go back up and get really fun for book 4. And then book 5 is going to tank you again.
All right.
So do not, I've said this multiple times. The only character who does have the plot armor has not been conceived yet. Thank you, my lovelies, once more for joining us. And thank you for stopping by, Sooz. You are definitely, as you claim to be, a writer's best friend over at BBE. And I will talk you up anytime I get. Even if you don't need editing, you just want the marketing, go see her.
Absolutely.
Join the Facebook group. Get yourself some illustrations done. And honestly, thank you, Sooz, for even the books you share with the world. Because they do, boy, do they push the envelope.
Thank you for having me, darling. Thank you.
And to everyone else, thank you for being here as well. And take care.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. And it's going to end. It's going to end. I always do this thing, and then here I edit it out. But in the live stream, I leave it. Is it going to end? Is it going to end? It's funnier in the live streams.